This next poet coming up to the stage.
See? See what I did there, big dog?
This next poet coming up to the stage. Let's just say vanguard. It's one of the words that's been used. She's been the mind behind many of the great artists of our time. Some would say that she's the reason that LL Cool J only needs an hour plus a pen and a pad to give you a hit. Some would say that.
G-O-A-T.
Some would say that. Some would say that. When, I'm not good at the lay. Ladies, do me a favor. Put your hands together for the myth, the legend, the pure velvet badassery. That is Janet Kuypers.
While I say this story, I just got back from Chicago and I did a feature at one place. They didn't really know me there, but somebody went up there and they said, well, this poem is new shit. And I go, new shit? I yelled it out like I'm here, right? And so then she comes around like, this is another one, this new shit. And she's like, I like how she did that. And the next she did that again, I got the whole audience to go, new shit, like I was here. And they had no idea why I was doing it.
We're like a virus.
But there was like, this was the funniest thing, so I just wanted to be able to share that with you, and you even went to another microphone. Thank you, darling.
Janet, you gotta tell them it's trademark, though. Copyright kick butt.
Copyright kick butt. I didn't get a chance to tell them that, but I didn't have it recorded or anything. But they just thought that was the coolest thing to do.
Don't tell them that. We can't afford to copyright you.
Well, thank you very much. I just want to get that out of the way before I share poetry with you. I have not been here since we went on a trip to Chicago for the week in August, where we actually drove to Southern Illinois so that I could photograph the total eclipse.
Yeah.
We made t-shirts for it, which is why I had to wear that for you right now. And 12 hours after I got back from photographing it, over 700 photos, by like 1 or 2 in the morning, I wrote this poem. So I thought I would share that one with you. This one is called Knew I Had to Be Ready. Got a pair of those solar sunglasses the other day. Challenged myself to stare at the sun, and really, that's such a ridiculous concept to begin with. But wearing these glasses, they made me blind as a bat till I walked outside and guessed where to look. And then I found it. And I was awestruck. And even though I didn't create these glasses, even though I didn't create this scientific tool, I suddenly felt like I could challenge the science gods. Yeah, try to stun me again. I dare you. For the past 18 hours, we drove 6+ hours each way to get to the focal point for the longest duration of the total eclipse of the sun. I had a filter for my camera. I even had my solar sunglasses so that I'd be ready for what I guess would be a half-hour show. And I may have been mistaken. It may have taken 3 times as long to watch the moon dance its way in the opposite direction over how our sun dances along our daytime sky. So every 2 seconds I'd take a picture and then I'd put on my sunglasses so that I could actually see the crescent with my own 2 eyes. Clouds moved in for a bit. I was in a panic. Wait, those evil weather gods can't make me miss my chance. But as the clouds parted, the light cloud mist danced in front of my sun and moon, adding wisps to the show. But I knew I had to be ready. It started getting darker and the wind picked up. And I knew that when my moon and sun would reach their total eclipse, it would last less than 2 minutes. So I had to remove the filter, change the aperture and f-stop, and then just try to point and click. And I think I did a pretty good job. But all I could think was that as I saw this white ring, the sun's solar flare, and it would tease its way around the moon from trying to block the sun from one of its children, all I could think was that this ring of fire and radiation was so crisp and vivid that it reminded me of the intricacies of the human eye. When the iris colors dance in a circle like molecular fireworks or petals of a flower in full bloom. Taken aback, it was also breathtaking. And then I realized that there are as many atoms in the human eye as all constellations in the known universe. If seeing the sun's corona made me see the cornea with its intricate iris, it made me wonder. They say the eye is the window to the soul. So, is my seeing my sun at its most naked moment? Is my sun house sharing its secrets with me too? I've been trying to figure out my son's message as I keep trying to take science on, always daring it to finally, fully reveal itself to me. Slowly holding all that, but I also wanted to share with you, I happened because I was going to Chicago to release books of poetry that I have written in Austin, Texas for the past few weeks, so I wanted to share with you a poem from each. My husband came up with this word. If you can be attracted to somebody's pheromones, maybe you could be attracted to their words or their ideas or their memes. So he came up with pheromemes, and so I have poetry of pheromemes and also ones I've done in shows, show poems and poems, pheromemes. But I'd like to share with you one short one from each. This is from show poems, pheromemes, and this is called Questions and Tension. My stomach's sort of in knots. I feel this tension. I know most people lose theirs in their teens, but I always kept my wisdom teeth. Apparently my mouth was big enough. Now, after all this time, one tooth's finally cracked, so they scheduled me for an extraction. An extraction. Even the name sounds messy, for removing a bone from my body. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit nervous, asking questions like mad to the staff, looking at x-rays, roots, nerves, everything looks all straight, so they say, don't even worry. And then they bring out a big needle and tell me to open wide. And after they inject me over and over, I wait twice as long as they say. The doctor comes in close, tells me not to move, and I don't know if it's the drugs they shot me with, or if it's that medic inches from my face, breathing my air, exhaling into me. Is that what's making me feel so even more and more dizzy? So he says, don't move. And then he starts to tug, pull, even twist. But not 30 seconds pass, and they say it's over, and they give me some gauze to stop the bleeding. It was over so quickly that they didn't even give me any pain medication. And all I could think was that taking a bone from my body was far too easy. If you drugged someone enough, you could remove all of their teeth like that. 32 bones, just a little tugging and stop the bleeding with extra gauze. While you recover, you have to use straws. You can't actually use straws because the sucking would actually split at your sores. I don't know. Maybe it's just these drugs that are making me feel this way. Maybe it's that dentist sharing my air and exhaling their waste down my throat that made me think and made me wonder, if it's that easy, why can't you pull out so many little bones all at once? Thank you. Suggestions, but I thought I'd pull one from a show for you. This one was from the Osmic Festival last year, I believe. This is from show poems, pheromemes, and this poem's called Ultimate Connectivity, Getting Naked with Nature. After hiking for miles at Arches National Park, I realized that coming in a cooler time of year pretty much meant that I had the entire park to myself. I walked for miles, saw no one, anywhere, and when I saw that there was no one that actually followed me in my walk along this one ridged mountainous edge of a plateau, I did something I never thought I would do in a public place. I looked around, I saw for miles that there was no one and I was alone. So I got undressed and I sat in the lotus position on top of my small pile of clothes and tried for one brief moment to connect with nature. I would close my eyes, maybe open them again, find that no one was still there, then look around, close my eyes again. The only thing that stopped me was the breeze at this mountainous ridge, till I decided that maybe I'd have enough nature for one day before I put my clothes on and continued my walk, watching the red rocks and truly feeling like I was finally a part of the world. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
One more time for Janet Kuypers.